You never know which way the wind's going to blow. So you can't put the water in the scalder here until you find out which way the wind's blowing, because it has to be set so the wind will blow underneath of it in order to heat the water properly. So after you get the scalder fire built and water in it, then you get your rifle and the hog hook, and you go to the hog pen. Throw down the ear corn, get the whole hog up there, kind of a dirty trick. Do away with him and stick him, and then put this hook in the mouth. A couple guys will drag it up alongside the scalder. If it's too hot, it'll set the hair, and then you just can't get it out. You have to shave a lot of it off. After you get the hog in the scalder, there's a rack here with these cranks. You let him down in the water, turn him over, rub on it, and you take a bunch of men around it with these scrapers like that. Scrape the hair off. Some will work on one end, some on the other. Some scrapers have a little smaller disc on the end to work around the eyes and the ears with. And after you get it scalded, well, then you take the pig out, and you have enough help so that you can go on with the process of that pig. Some of the other neighbors will be repeating with another hog what we've just gone through. But they liked fat hogs at that time because they needed the lard. That was all used. And they liked big hams, kept the shoulders for the hams too. They saved the small intestines. The ladies in the house would scrape them, they'd turn them, scrape them again, and that's what you use for casings for the sausage. You put them in the sausage stuff. The tube goes on here, and you run the casings on there. Somebody cracks it, somebody else feeds them off of it. And then, of course, they have to be linked. Twist them and turn them to make the link sausage. Some people kept some of it and made cakes out of it, but it was handier to store and to handle if you made it into links. And while you were in this business, well, you would have some bones, you would have the head, the jowls, and after you got the lard cooked, or else you'd have another pot just like this, you would cook those bones and the jowls, cook it up until it became real tender, and you would just shake the meat and the fat off of the bones. And you would grind that, and you would take the meat out, leave the juice in there, and you would mix flour and cornmeal. Cook that until it was done. After that was done, you put the meat back in it, stir it some more. And that was the scrapple. And when the lard came off, when it was ready, you would dip it out, put a lard can under here. Of course, you had a cheesecloth strainer, sugar bags you used to always use, your salt bag, tie on there, strain out any fines that you put in there. Put it in there, and then you would press it down, get all the lard out. That would leave a cake of the pig rind, what was left of the fat after it was cooked. And we used to be pretty anxious to get a hold of them, especially while they were hot. They tasted pretty good. Pig scraps, we called them, or crackers. You wouldn't sell it to them. You would just let them take it. And then when you went to their house to kill their pig, well, then you would get your meat back, your lard, and then that way, some people would start killing. Maybe it'd be stretched out over 10 weeks during the wintertime. That would make fresh meat for everybody. Now, what they didn't use for that, the ladies would fry down the sausage, and the loin, and cut that up in pieces. They would cold pack that or open kettle fry it, seal. The scrapple would keep itself. There was enough lard in it. It would come to the top, and it would seal itself off to keep a reasonable amount of time. And of course, the hams, the shoulders, the pig's feet, they were put in a get a molasses barrel if it was possible, with a little bit of brown sugar left at the bottom of it. It made a real good barrel for pickling the hams to really give them a good flavor. And after they'd been in there about 6 weeks, according to how salt you had it, people had different ways of determining how much salt to put in. You put an egg in, salt would float. Different methods they had. Everybody had a different recipe. Then you would take them, either if you didn't have a smokehouse, you would take them to one of the neighbors that did, and smoke them for about a week. Let them hanging there with just a smoke fire. That really gave them a good flavor, and they could hang in the ham closet or somewhere in the attic till the middle of the summer. They'd still be good.
Dave Parkell Jr. Slaughterhouse was off of Frogoosen Road. When I was a kid, 4-year-old and 22, he killed hogs, steers, cows, and he done custom work for people, and he sold the products there, made scrapple sausage, whatever you have, and he employed about 4 people at that time. And in 1930, he moved out to Main Street in Canton, built a slaughterhouse, and he employed 6 people, and he still done custom work. And from there it was mostly all custom work. And he sold from he had a store there, and he sold from the store.